Downtown, I got that heat, let's go.
May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody! Welcome to Streaming Matters. Me and Alban, we're going to hang out here and try to talk about the streaming topics, sports topics, because, you know, we guys, we like some sports.
Yep.
We like our sports, we like gaming, we like movies, so we tend to bounce around. So if you've never watched this show before, sit down, relax, have yourself beverage of your choice. I will not be drinking this evening because I thought I had some beers, and then I went to look because I ran out of my beer.
Man.
Ran out of my beer, so I had the other beers in there, and I looked at them, and they ran out of date in 2019.
Wow.
And if Blue is watching, she'll be able to tell you when she went through my refrigerator, she says, "How can everything in your refrigerator be out of date?" I said, "I live alone."
But wow. Well,
my beers normally don't, but they were the other beers that I don't normally drink. So I felt like, I'll have to fall to those.
Maybe Charles will be nice and, bring something up for you.
He drinks my beer. So maybe he can do a beer.
Maybe
I should hit him up.
Add some of your beer.
No, he doesn't. No. I mean, I should message him and tell him to do a beer run.
Yeah.
Hold on.
A beer run for you. It's Friday night.
All right, hold on. All right. So I sent a message down to my neighbor to see if I can get him to do a beer run for us. Hey, I got $20. If he can go get us some beer. So thanks for everyone joining us, and we're going to jump around a bunch of different topics. We got all kinds of different topics. We've got some about some IPTVs that were shut down again, which that's nothing new. We're going to talk about some. If you're a cord cutter, we're going to talk about how much smarter you are than the cable people, the cable payers. We got to talk about Turks. We're going to talk about some digital death penalties. I saw a thing about on Torrent Freak about that. New Matrix is out, or not out. The trailer came out. Excuse me. Trailer came out, so it doesn't come out to December 22nd. Was it December 22nd? So we're gonna talk about that. New Fire Stick is coming out. It just got shown. You can pre-order it. Amazon TV. We're going to talk about retro gaming, and we're going to talk about. I got an IPTV video that will be coming out, but I couldn't because Coco won't let me upload nothing right now. They were down for some maintenance. So, Alvin, how are you doing today?
I've had better days because of my YouTube, but
yeah, he got in trouble. He's gotten a little bit in trouble for.
Yeah, and I
welcome to my world.
Why. Yeah, I know. I'm part of your world now.
Yeah, so you hang out with me.
Yeah, I know. I got to keep my mouth shut on here, I guess. Just so everyone knows, I can't even respond back to you out there. But I guess Dabs will have to do the roll call out there for everybody.
Yeah, he got in trouble with YouTube, and for whatever reason, and he found out something. And he found out something on YouTube, and anybody that is a YouTube content creator, they call YouTubers, is YouTube can be very vague on why you get in trouble.
Very.
They can be very. Now they'll like if I upload a video, they'll tell me that video, and they won't really. They'll say you broke community rules. It's very vague. Alban got in trouble and just said he broke rules. They just said here's the list of all the rules that may have been one or two of those rules. But basically, here's all of our guidelines. You broke something in there. Something. But it's funny. He doesn't upload videos.
I don't upload videos.
I don't know.
I just talk on here. Oh, is that Charles?
Well, hey, is he calling you too?
He's calling me too, I guess.
All right.
No, he's not.
Hey, Charles. I'm live on my show. Hey, man. Hey, are you going to be out going anywhere over towards the store anytime soon? Oh, dang. All right. Well, never mind. Hey, when you coming home?
Actually, I'm trying to get us to some more time. He's supposed to meet there at 4 o'clock, and he ain't even there.
You know what kind of time that is. All right. Swell, if you come... All right. So if you come home anytime soon, swing by a Food Line and pick us up a 12-pack, and I'll pay you for it if you come home soon. But if not, don't worry about it. Yeah, well, Hummingbird, you know me.
They selling that Food Line?
Yeah, since you drank them all last night. All right, hey, all right, I gotta go. I'm live, and you're. Hey, Charles. Hey, everybody, it's Charles.
Hey, Charles.
So hey, that's my neighbor. I'm trying to get some beer going. Yeah, he's meeting someone over in Durham. Hey, you know what I mean, Alvin?
Yeah,
we talk about that.
Beat time, you know.
Yeah. Me and Charles talk about that all the time. But so thanks for everyone joining here. Sorry, we get a little bit off track, but we try to have fun. This is a show. We try to give you help, tech support, advice on stuff. You will not find any affiliate links in the show below. I'm not going to give you hyperlinks to get a VPN or to get some kind of service that I'm going to get kickback on. I don't do any of that stuff. So I'm not here to make any money off of you. I'm just try to inform you. So first of all, let's run through roll call because Alban gets mad at me if I don't say hi to the people that are watching the show. So we got Buzz was the first one in. He was in here early. So Heel jumped in here. Stuart, thanks for joining with us. Sean South, is this JC Media? Wait, we're going to talk a little bit about that. That'll be one of our first topics. There's Sean. Steve jumps in here. Michael, thank you for hanging out with us. Motorman84, which I'm going to be talking about him in a little while. Eddie, thank you for hanging out with us. Miss Mandy, thank you for joining us. Yep. Celtic Lads hanging with us today. So we got a lot of our regular people. Lou, thank you for hanging with us. Theodore, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Another Mandy. Another Mandy.
Another
Oh, yeah.
Mandy.
This is the other Mandy that always watches the show. So thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
She's always regular. Monkey number 28. How you doing, bud? How you doing? Canuck Gal. Hey, my dear. Hopefully we see her in the after show. And anybody that's not hung out with the after show, it's a different experience because you're not going to see it on YouTube. You only see it if you join the show. It's a lot. It's fun. Machiavelli. Nice to see you.
Machiavelli.
Yeah, Machiavelli Vision. Nice to see you. Octavia. Nice to see you. Sorry to hear about some of the news earlier today when I was on Sharon's show. James. Nice to see you, bud. Nice to see you. Jim. Nice to see you. Donald D. Nice. Sharon's over hanging with us. Seth is hanging with us. It's Mint is hanging with us. Did I see? What's it? Elias? How do you say that?
Alias. Alias. I can't.
And
Hold on.
TJ hanging out with us.
What's up, TJ?
Patty D. Crazy Canuck is hanging with us. We kicking it. We got 54 people in here hanging out. We're going to talk about all kinds of different things. Kenneth, talked to him earlier today. Nice to see you, bud. Nice to see you. Doug hanging with us. Elthros, nice to hang with us. Nice to see everyone. So lots of people hanging with us. Toros. Hey, knock it off. My killer dog.
Ain't
nobody.
Take a walk?
No, somebody's walking up and down the steps.
Oh, okay.
So thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and hit with the first topic. If you guys have any questions, any things that you would like us to talk about, I can do my best to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to look on this side.
Yeah. And he'll post it over in the private messages, and then I will be able to see it, and then we can come to it. I try to finish whatever topic I'm on, and then I get to those private the messages you post. So if I don't get to your stuff real quick, just hold tight, and you can always post it again, and we'll do our best to answer the question. It's not trying to be mean to anybody or trying to be a jerk. What's up? All right. So we got Mark in here too. So nice to see everyone. One of the next topics that I was going to talk about, let me see if I can pop this up. And we're back into the times of more IPTV being shut down, which shouldn't be new to anybody, right? Mm-hmm. Another IPTV service, and this is there's three different things. This was Sports TV. It's Sports with a Z, Helix, JC Media, and I think the other was Secret Service, IPTV, all amongst the same thing. Done, gone, shut down. No reason why, we don't know. I just know it was yesterday that I saw that there was some postings and people started jumping in some of the rooms that I'm in because I'm in a number of Telegram rooms, and I started noticing a lot of people jumping into some of the IPTV rooms and services being shut down. No idea why. We can only go by historically. We know why these things are normally shut down, usually because of a letter, usually some type of a letter from ACE or MPAA, or some type of cease and desist letter given to somebody, and they get like, hey, you know what, this ain't worth it, and they shut it down. So this is shut down. Now I will say, and I'm in numerous IPTV rooms, and I've seen there's in a couple rooms. I know the SS room, people think that it's one and the same IPTV, and it's not. I've done some videos on SS, and it's not the same service, not owned by the same people. I think what happened was some of the owners of JC Media said, hey, you can join this room. They knew about SS. I don't know the reasons why. I actually even saw somebody said, well, it must have someone was paid money to redirect everyone over here. I don't know that. Don't know that. Just know that they're different services, offer different packages. And if you're in IPTV world and you're doing it, it is what it is there. If you're not flexible and you know that the stuff you could pay today and shut down tomorrow, if you're not comfortable with that, then just pay a cable company, because any service you have could be shut down tomorrow. I mean, right, Alban? I mean, how many services you had that have been shut down?
Quite a few.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. So you roll with it. And that's one of the reasons why Alban and myself have more than one, because you're not putting all my eggs in one basket, because you never know. You just never know. So what I do is I normally have a couple services, and in case one is down, I can move that. If one's having issues, I just move over to the other one. So that's going to happen. So there's no word why. I'm sure we're going to be able to find out through Torrent Freak, because they are always the first to tell everybody that why, and usually he has some inside information of some sort. But you can only speculate that it's the reason that it was shut down was probably a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
And it just seemed ironic that it was on Thursday, which was the kickoff of NFL season. Usually we see the shutdown, the kickoff of NFL season, right? And the kickoff of the European Premier League.
Right.
Those are usually your big points. Not that those are exclusive, but those are usually your bigger times when things are shut down. So it is what it is on that. Again, no information. Hypersonic. All right. I have used Hypersonic. It works very well. It has a lot of channels. I can't remember. It's been about 1.5 years since I used Hypersonic. I can't remember how much VOD, but to me, VOD is an extra. I don't need VOD in my IPTV services. We have options, right? I mean, there's plenty of other options. So
yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but Hypersonic has been around a long time. It's some of the people that are involved in that have been around a long time. So it would be a trustworthy service, if I can put it that way. It's a service that I did try. I used it on and off for about. I had a trial subscription that was given to me to just test it out and try it for about a month, and it worked good. There was some stuff in there. I can't remember what off the top of my head. There was a couple things in it that just didn't fit what I needed, and that was the only issue that I kind of had. Well, it really wasn't an issue. It was just I felt like it had things that I didn't need, and so but not a bad service. So again, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Nope.
And the thing about it, I mean, Alban, what's the cost on most of these things?
$25.
You're not even paying. It ain't gonna be no $25 a month. You're looking at
25. I for one of my service, I pay $25 a year.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're paying. Yeah, and Alban. Hey, hit up Alban on Telegram if you want to find out about that $25 a year. And DeBeach, when he's watching, he can basically tell you. It is a service that they have $25 a year. Again, it is what it is. And DeBeach swears by it, and you used it.
Yeah.
So, but most of your bigger named companies, I'll say services. I won't say companies. Sorry. Most of your bigger services are going to run anywhere from $8 a month to $20 a month. I would be leery of going anything over $20 a month. I don't know what I mean. If they're going over $20 a month, you must be getting a lot of connections.
Yeah, or they're real clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's something. So if you're paying anything north of $20 a month for a service, I would definitely take a look at what is it that they're offering that's different than everybody else to offer you that to cost you more. So again, it's two services. If you got two services, let's say one is 10 and one is 15 a month. So you're paying $25 a month. You have two services and whatever they offer. So don't know why they were shut down, but we can only speculate and probably find out in another month that it was probably a letter. Somebody got nervous. Be it there, and that doesn't mean just because they got a letter doesn't mean they're sued.
Right.
Could have got a letter saying, "Hey, if you continue to do this, we will come after you." And we talked about last week about Gears and Nitro and Area 51 and some of those other services that are being going after them legally. So, but they didn't cease and desist when they were asked to cease and desist.
Yeah.
Hey, Alban, you can post in here, right?
Yeah, I put one in there.
Drop a link to my Telegram.
To your Telegram, okay. Hold on.
To Streaming Matters. Go to the top of Streaming Matters kit, grab that link, and throw it in here. So we'll throw that link in here. If anybody else has it, we can post it in there. But we'll post that link in there. And again, my Telegram room is, we talk about a lot of topics. It's not any one particular topic. I don't allow people to be selling products in my room. You can talk about IPTV as long as you're not trying to sell the IPTV. But I do have people that say, hey, I tried this and I was having issues. That discussion part, I don't mind. But I feel like when people start, well, my service, I'm going to charge this X amount. I just don't want it to become a sales pitch. So I do allow some conversations of that. But then if it gets a little farther, I say, take it to DM. Yeah. If you want to sell something, talk to them DM, and then you're not interrupting my room.
It's over there for you, Jabs.
Oh, all right. Hold on a second. Let me grab this. Thank you, bud. So, so this is my Telegram group. Jump in there. But this is the life of IPTV if you're doing it. So if you're not, and here, that's a good. 25 is a good for a backup. Again, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, don't hurt.
And that's and people about trials. Now, some services will offer trials, some won't. I know more and more services are not bothering with trials. And there again, most people blame
them because they have to set up.
Exactly. And it's just a lot of hassle. And you think about it, people spend more than $10 on a lunch. And if you're not willing to throw and say, you know what, I'll take a chance on $10, and that's even with you. You think about it, with spending $10 on an option, do a little bit of research, ask some people, get some word of mouth of people saying, yeah, that's good. I've used it. And then say, you know what, it's worth the risk of $10. I mean, that's me. I mean, because the money that I save on cable, I figure it's worth it on the services I have. Because I do have a few services that I pay for. I mean, they're worth it to me. So jump in if you want to jump in on my Telegram group, you guys have the posts in there. Albin's in there, I'm in there, and you can ask questions in there. And there's 1,800 people in there, a lot of knowledgeable people in there. So someone can answer your questions. And the beach talking about that $25 a year one. Yeah. It's snappy. It is. Yeah, it's good. So that's hey, TJ, we'll probably talk about the football courts towards the end of the game. Stuart says, he must have hypersonic. So Stuart, again, he's in my my Telegram group. Another guy that can ask questions. You can ask questions and he can answer. So and Chris, good point here. Yep, 4 UFC fight nights pays for it. And that's the thing. You think about it. It's to me,
most definitely.
People bitch about, I got to pay $10 for that, and they'll throw away, money on stupid stuff every single day. It's like not even bat an eye. So yeah. So that was topic there. Let's see. And this kind of segues ourselves into the next topic. Let me grab my little tabby tab.
Tabby tab.
My tabby tab. There it is. Boom. All right. So I got this information. From Albin found this and on cord cutters, which I tend to find is really good for if you're a cord cutter. It's a great website to go read, and it has a lot of good information. If you're a cord cutter, you pay less than half as much as traditional TV subscribers. And if you have recently cut the cord, you can attest to that. Most of my friends that still have cable TV or satellite TV are paying north of $100 a month for whatever package they have. If they're paying for an NFL package or an MLB package or a center ice package, then the cost even goes higher. So if you're a cord cutter, you are paying less than half as much as your counterparts. So I think, hold on a second, I lost my tab here. So let's see, where it talks about this and using people, it also talks about that people that are cord cutters actually watch more TV than people that don't, because they're able to watch what they want. Yeah, when they want. And here's a graph that they came up with, and this was through Roku's numbers on this. $49 a month is what cord cutters pay. Average $121 for people that have traditional cable. And so that, if you think about, and cord cutters are going to pay for traditionally, let's say Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Most cord cutters are going to pay for Netflix or Hulu or Hulu. Another big one that a lot of people have, if they're a sports fan, are going to go for the ESPN or ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you went with if you're an ESPN watcher, you went with the Disney ESPN
Disney
Hulu package, which gets you, I think, $14, something like that a month. So, that's where part of this $50 comes in.
Yeah.
So again, how about this? How about we pose as a question to the room, the viewers out there? If you added up your monthly costs, and this does not count if your sister's letting you borrow her Netflix login. How much a month do you personally pay out of your pocket for your TV? And this counts, and I'm going to say this counts of VPNs. This counts your Real to Brit or premiumized. This counts your Netflix or your Disney or your ESPN Plus, or even your IPTV services. So if you add all those up, let's take a look at the people that are watching the show. I'm curious, what is the average or what some of these people pay? And I'm not going to say for internet, because internet is this what's here on this thing is separate. What it's saying, they're paying for their TV services, so it doesn't count that. What about you, Alban? How much do you pay a month?
Wow. I'm still trying to figure that out. I guess that wouldn't include all my. Well, it would still have to include my Debrid services too.
Yeah, your Debrid, yeah, because that's part of your streaming package.
And my, the indexers and all of that.
It's starting to add up.
Yeah, it adds up to me. Especially since I never look at that stuff as per month. Everything I look at it for the year. Because I know I don't want to lose it. Let's say maybe about a month. It'll have to be maybe about $55 I think.
And you're a power user.
Yeah, I'm much power user.
I mean, you're a power user, because the reason I say that, he talks about indexers, which is he's doing news groups and that type of stuff. Your Plex and your cloud and all that other stuff that's, that a normal person would not be paid for.
Yeah.
Mandy says 120. Okay.
120.
Elthros, $75 for IPTV plus Debrid every 6 months. All right, well, so that's not $75. You got plus Debrid. Okay, so $75 for IPTV. So that's a lot of IPTV. You must have a lot of connections. Plus Debrid every 6 months, which is $18 for 6 months. So $3 a month. Kick $3 in there. Eddie here. RD's 24 Canadian, basic cable 64. To Beach, $25 a month for streaming stuff to Alban. But Alban's OnlyFans sub costs him $150 a month. So Mandy's, my subscriptions total about $25 to $30. 50 for IPTV 6 months plus Real to Brid. So again, you add $3 because Real to Brid's about $3 a month. 50 pounds a month, including Virgin, 3x IPTV, so 3 connections plus Debrid. So, yeah, I mean, you're talking again. People that are watching this, you're paying most likely half or 1/4 of what traditional cable people are paying, and you have less choices, and you have less content, and you're not seeing the live or even the VOD stuff that you would, if you're paying the $120 a month, you're going to pay.
Right.
Bob, 20 pounds, $45. Yes. And for me, I'm paying about $55 a month. and I'm counting again. That's counting my VPNs. I've got a Debrid. I also kind of have to count my premiumized, which I bought for a 2-year package when it was on sale for $99. I actually have three active IPTV subscriptions, and then Pandora, which is $5 a month, I guess. So, so yeah, definitely a big savings. So it's just something to keep in mind, you
You have
guys.
Amazon also, right?
Yeah, but I don't count it for I don't count that for my TV because I almost never watch anything on TV on it.
But you're still paying for it.
But what I'm not paying for that TV part. What am
Oh,
I
you're
paying
not.
for?
Yeah. What are you paying for?
I want that 2 days.
You
I
just
want
want
that
the
2-day
2 days.
package. I want that
No,
2-day
I
package.
don't know what
I don't.
deal I got because I got the 2-day and I get. Do you know how much you're paying for that 2-day?
That you pay for the Prime. You pay Amazon
Yeah,
Prime, and I
right.
get all the TV stuff, which I
Oh,
never
you
watch.
are getting. Oh, but you don't watch it. Okay,
But
I
I don't
understand.
watch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't
No,
watch it.
there's some good things that do come on there.
Yeah, but
Not
no.
like I'm trying to promote it. But there was something I needed to watch the other day, and I was able. Oh, well, it's there. Let me just watch it there.
Here's Lou was paying over $235 a month in 2017 before cutting the cord, and that's not
It's not
an unbelievable
bad.
number.
Right.
That's
Right.
not an unbelievable number.
Mhm.
Kenneth, $100, which again, Kenneth is a power user with game and PSN, yes, PlayStation. So
Mhm.
Sharon, another power user, $30. So yeah, if you pay attention to if you guys pay attention to me or even some of the other tubers,
Mhm.
Twitch, Twitter, Telegram people, you don't have to. You can get enough knowledge to whittle that bill down,
Mhm.
to keep it small.
Definitely.
So I had a question. What was I saw? Didn't Octavia have a question? Hold on a second. I saw Octavia had a question. It was about why do I pay for IPTV? Was that what it was?
Did you say that?
She asked, really, why do you have IPTV? I have IPTV because I like live stuff,
Me too.
and my apartment tends to be the place where I will entertain when there's a big event. I tell people come in here, and so I end up having multiple services because I got embarrassed
Once.
way back when on Stalker.
Mhm.
When I think it was the McGregor fight, one of the McGregor fights, I got embarrassed by inviting a bunch of my friends over because I was a cord cutter, inviting all my friends over to watch the big fight. And there sits probably 15 at my house then. 15 people sitting there, we're drinking, having a good time, and Stalker started buffering like crazy. And there's 2 of my friends that don't let me live it down. Every time I start talking about cord cutting, like, yeah, I remember being at your house and how great that cord cutting was.
Oh man.
And I said that would never happen again.
That's the worst.
That will never, ever, ever, ever happen again. And again, the costs are pretty small. I mean, again, I do have 3 different services, but they're very small. The cost is very small.
Another reason for me is that I like the on-demand sometimes for the IPTV. You'll find a lot of stuff there. The 24/7 stations.
Mhm.
When it comes to watching like older shows like Adam 12 and stuff like that, for some reason I get hooked sitting in front of it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like that 24/7. There's some
Yeah.
services I've seen that had issues with over the last couple weeks. A couple of the subs that I have were having issues with some of the 24/7. And man,
Wow.
the complaints. I
Uh-huh.
mean, damn, people
Complain
complaining. I'm
about. Oh
thinking,
gosh.
what the hell? I
Yeah.
mean, I can turn on Cody, or I can turn on some of my APKs and put on auto pick the link and auto play the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
And click it, and then I walk away. It does Netflix thing.
Yeah.
Just one episode after another. So,
Mhm.
so yeah. Hey, Mandy says, yeah, Todd learned his lesson the hard way. I ain't lying. Your friends will
That is the
embarrass
hard
you.
way. Yep.
You're in friends, and I'm telling you, especially about people we were about half lit and drinking moonshine and
Oh
drinking
man.
beer, and a couple of them were high, but I get drug tested to work, so there was no me getting high. But oh man, the the ribbing that went on, and I'm
Oh,
like
man.
going through stalker, sports devil, going through every add-on. I'm like, ah! They're like,
Oh God,
they're all
that's the
laughing at me.
worst.
So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's not gonna. It won't happen again.
Uh-huh.
Won't happen again. And I will give, if this is one. Here's a nugget of extra truth and a little extra wisdom from a
Mhm.
cord cutter and Alban, who's another cord cutter. Reboot your router modem once a week.
Mhm.
Doesn't hurt. Once a week. Just reboot it. Let
And
it
clear
shut
and
down.
clear your cache too.
Clear the cache. Yep.
Clear those.
Yep.
Clear that cache.
And
It means
so
a world of difference.
before any big event that I have over, before that evening gets going, I actually reboot my modem and my router and let that cycle down and then cycle back up, and then I reboot my device. I run an NVIDIA Shield, and people are like, oh, the Shield never buffers. It will. It can. But I reboot it, restart it, and then say, you know what? Now everything's cleared out, flush, because all of these things, when you're stream, can kind of bottleneck. And
Do you clear your cache on your Shield often or not?
no, on my I mean on Kodi I do, but not.
No, on my Shield I do. You know,
Really?
yeah, it makes a big difference.
I'll have to check that out.
Makes a big difference for me. You know, you go under the drives section, and in there you can just clear that cache.
Oh, I'll be looking for that in a minute.
Because if you have like a huge, drive on there, you don't realize that. Oh, it's storing it all up in there.
Well, that's interesting. I will definitely be checking. See, look at, I even learned on this show. I learned. So let me remove this. And one of the things I want to bring up, and I want to talk about this, and I can't say the name because he got me in trouble already with YouTube, and I'm just busting on him. It has moved to 1.0.8. And that is this particular add-on, this particular APK is now moved over. You won't get the play protection lockdown that they were giving before. They've done some things on this. One of the things that he has added to this is the live sports or the live TV section. There, it has got some premium sports channels. Now, it was working, and then he did some stuff yesterday, day before, when they went to go live on it. But I tried it before they monkeyed with it, but you're able to pull up a QR code. So, because you remember that this uses a pin on a lot of stuff, where it uses a pin, and you got to use you got to type in that URL and this and that. So let me see if it'll come up. I'm not sure. I'm sure it will. So there's the QR code. So he put the QR code in there to make it easy. You can take your phone, highlight on the QR code, hit it. It will open the website. You say generate a token, which is a pin, and then boom, there's your pin. You type it in, and you get 3 hours of that. And I will say, before they were monkeying with it, before it went live, because it went live yesterday, I was messing with it last week, and it was working beautifully. And then they did something, and it's not working. So they're working on fixing it. But that QR code, the quality of those channels was as good as any IPTV that I've had, because it is premium links. It's not just something he's scraped out. It is premium links, free. I mean, other than you spending, I don't know, a minute to scan that code and then type in that URL or that token, and you're good to go. So if you're a person that has used this particular add-on or APK, you'll find that it doesn't have the warnings from Play Protect anymore, or it gives you that warning that you're installing something outside of Google. It does give you that. So you'll get that, because whenever you sideload something on your, like my phone, it said, oh, hey, you're trying to install something. Do you want to do that? Play Protect come up. And I just said install anyways, and installed, and it has not deleted. So you may want to check that out. If you're a person on that, check out. I'm thinking I had a video on Coco on the last one. It's the same URL for the Kodi add-on. It's the same website, so you can go there and get the APK.
APK.
Yeah, so he's still doing some work on that. So that's out. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to run through some of these. Okay,
Yeah,
Chris, you're still on 6 point. All right, so you're talking about the Kodi add-on. This is the APK. 6.0.1 would be the Kodi add-on. You would get that via the media apps. Thank you, Chris. Yes, through the media apps website. Yes, you'll be able to get it through that and go that route. So again, if you're looking to save some money, that Turks cost you nothing. No reel to brid needed. Again, I can't. People complain about the people complain about the pin code, and to be honest, not to off-tool Turk. Sometimes that the pin code's a pain in the butt, but the pin code can keep him on a good server, because servers are not cheap, especially a good server. It keeps him on a good server. It keeps the content so that I don't need reel to brid. So if you're a person without reel to brid, okay, so you're not paying for reel to brid, and he's giving you direct links. And he's giving you good links, giving you 1080s, he's giving you 720s, and updates it constantly. So, yeah, check that out. If you've used it in the past, it is a great thing. Lou, see you later.
Come on back now.
Come on back. So, digital death penalty. So I was going to, let's see, get rid of that. Stop sharing that. I probably should have put this all in another tab or in another browser. So digital death penalty, and this is something that Cox Cable Company was in court with the music association, or the some of the major record labels. And basically the record labels won the case, saying that Cox Cable did not stop its customers from using pirated sites or pirating the music. They said that it failed to do it, and they told Cox Cable that you need to turn off the cable for people that were habitual
using the
habitual records or lawbreakers or habitual pirates that have been caught doing this, to turn off their internet. Cox Cable says, hey, that's a digital death penalty. We can't do that because you're taking the internet away from people, and that's not fair. The major record labels came back and says, wait a minute. Didn't last year you turn off 600,000 subscribers who failed to pay their bill? Which gets funny,
It is.
It's like you turned off the internet to 600,000 people just because they didn't pay your bill. Isn't that, So I thought the record labels, they kind of hit it on a point there. That is pretty true. So I'm not sure what Cox Cable is going to, the response. It is on appeal. One of the things that the lawsuit said that they needed to do was to monitor the traffic of their customers, and Cox Cable says we can't do that. I mean, we can't monitor all of those things. Right. So I think that there's got to be some type of a common ground, somewhere meeting in the middle on this. But we'll have to watch this. This is to me is kind of a landmark case to see what they're going to force ISPs to do for people that were found to be using pirating things. So Alban, Alban, you got any tips on keeping people from getting in trouble with their cable company, on keeping them from getting a letter from pirating? Any hints? Any advice?
Unless besides the VPN, or
VPN's an option. Yep.
Besides that, they could try whatever they want on you. You know what I mean? If you have a VPN, they not going to get you as easy. Yep. But if they really wanted you, they could get you.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, all right, so VPN, if you're going to have yourself behind a VPN, number one, that's pretty easy. Also, use Debrid services. We've talked about Debrid services, premiumized services,
Yeah.
all Debrid,
Mhm.
all them services. I mean, whichever one you want, I don't care. Using any of those protects you because this is what happens, y'all. People think, oh, your internet company is scanning what you're watching, and that's how they got me caught. That's why I got lettered. No. That's not how you got caught. How you got caught and why you got a letter is because you were using a torrent.
Yeah.
You used a torrent public tracker. Pirate Bay. What was that other one? Popcorn Time. Remember Popcorn Time
Yeah.
was using torrents. You're using Ace Streams. Any of those public torrent swarm things, which are great for speed. They're great. They give you really good quality, good speed. You're not going to have the buffering as much. It's great. But the problem is that when you connect to those public swarms, a public torrent, your IP address is visible if you're not behind a VPN.
Mhm.
And again, like Alban says, if you're not on a VPN,
then you're
they
bang.
know who they don't know who you are directly. They know the IP address. And so when they pulled up the IP address and it says Cox Cable, okay, so let's just say that it's Motion Picture Association sends a letter to Cox Cable and it says,
this IP address.
this IP address on this date, at this time, was watching our content. Let's just say the Suicide Squad. On this date was watching Suicide Squad. They have we are the copyright owners and the copyright holders for that content. They can't be watching that, or they'll say downloading it. Even if you're streaming it, it's considered download. So your ISP then sends you a letter saying, hey, cease and desist from watching the Suicide Squad on X date. If you don't, we're going to have to go after you, or we'll move forward or cut off your internet. So it wasn't your ISP that was watching that. That was you joining a public torrent, a swarm, a public torrent, and your IP address being visible. If you were behind a VPN or some way to hide your IP, you would never got a letter because they wouldn't know who you were. So when people get letters, 9 times out of 10, and I'm going to say, let's say 98% of the time, it is because you connected yourself to a public tracker of sorts. Your ISP is not tracking everything you want. Take the tinfoil hat off. They're not. They're not worried about that. As long as you pay your bill, they don't give a damn. And that was one of the things about this thing that the major record label says, well, you're not turning it off because you don't want to cut your bottom line because of people. So protect yourself. Use a Debrid service. Use a premiumized service. Use a VPN. Do something to be a buffer between you and that content. Debrid is that buffer. Premiumized is that buffer. So that's how people get in trouble.
Now, what do you think would happen if, say, something gets passed and they tell the ISPs that, okay, well, if you're not gonna, tell us, who's doing this, then we're gonna fine you, and then the ISP could sit there and say, okay, well, for all of our modems that are out there, it all has to be hard coded. You remember, like back in the day before cable really came out, and we were all doing that dial-up DSLs.
Yeah, 56.
Right. Yeah. Right. If you have to go back to that in a way where, you can only get that IP address, I guess. I'm trying to remember how that DSL worked. You remember when you would try to do like a dial-up and you had to use a DSL line? Do you remember that?
A DSL was another service. I mean, that was a phone. That was through the phone company.
It's through the phone company.
But I never had DSL.
Okay.
I went from 56K to cable.
Oh, okay.
Because I was on 56K for so long.
Right. No, I was on dial-up for a long time. Back in my Atari days with my my 300 baud modem. So. But I think that the ISPs will end up getting to a point where they're going to say, okay, well, this modem is registered to you, and
Okay.
we know anything coming out of there is you, and that's if the you know the MPAA comes at us, they're just going to go right to you. You know, because I can't see the ISP saying that. Oh well, we're already getting a hit on all this other stuff. You know, well now we're gonna just put it on the other guy. You know what I mean? I have a feeling they'll do something like that.
Yeah, they might. They might. But I mean, I guess that's
But the VPN will still work for you.
yeah. You
You
said
know?
you're hidden behind stuff.
Yeah.
Mandy here says Real to Bridge uses torrents. Yes, it uses torrents. What and I did a video on this, and I'm going to give you analogies on this, and so that for in layman's terms. So let's say this is the internet with my torrent. And here's Pirate Bay. Got all my content in there, and then I got Real to Brid here, and I want what's on here. Now I could connect directly to the torrent, the swarm, all the files that's got it, and everyone join, and they see who I am because I'm not going to use a VPN. So what Real to Brid does is Real to Brid will download to their cloud servers. They do that, or if one of the services, the hosting sites that they have contracts with, have it uploaded, or RapidGator or something else has that file that I want off of the torrent site. If they have it, Real to Brid will be my go-between. So Real to Brid gets it or has access where I connect to Real to Brid and I get that file. So let's say the MPAA is watching this swarm of all these files, but Real to Brid has the file, and that's where I'm getting it. And I'm using a secure connection, HTTPS. So my ISP doesn't really know what I'm watching or what I'm downloading. They only know that I connected to realtobrid.com.
Yeah.
No idea what I got from it. So Real to Brid will get the files for you, and then you get it from them. And so it keeps them as the middleman. And again, they can use other cloud hosting services, uploaded, RapidGator, and numerous other file lockers or whatever you want to call it, where is if I wanted a certain particular file and it's on uploaded, Real to Brid doesn't necessarily have to download that torrent. They can go and get that exact file because it's through the hash. I think they use the hash, and we'll see that same file is on one of their other hosting sites, and they'll get it, and I'm able to get it instantly. So I did a video on it. I've done a couple videos on that for the Real to Brid tips and tricks. If you have Real to Brid, I don't care. Put a ad blocker, and so that you think if you're worried about me making a half a cent off it, I don't care. But it will show you all kinds of tips to how to use Real to Brid to get the most from it. And Premiumized has a lot of the same features in some same way, where they'll have like a host on the cloud. So it uses torrents, and most Kodi add-ons will tell you torrents, but I only use torrents via Premiumized or via Real to Brid, and then I don't worry about getting a letter. So if that makes sense, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mandy says I use IPVanish and Real to Brid, and yeah, you can use that. So that's an extra layer, gives you 2 layers of protection. It will slow down your speed some when you're using IPVanish, but you know what? If it works for you, it works for you. I don't use a VPN between me and Real to Brid. I do use a VPN for other things if I'm doing other things on the net that I don't want my IP to be exposed. Some people use VPNs on Real to Brid, and if it works for you, it works for you. So let's see. Paul says he loves your shirt there, Alvin.
Yeah, I know. I saw. So did someone else. Thanks, guys. I don't want to let YouTube get me again.
Yeah. Or well, no, they'll be getting me on that one.
Yeah, they'll be getting you on that one. Yeah. So you know what?
yeah. We'll be in the same squad. Hey, then shows are canceled until further notice. Well, I'll be on my 7. I think I'd be on my 7-day. I'd be kicked off for 7 days or no uploading. So again, using some of these services, you can protect yourself and use torrents. again, that tips and tricks when I did. I mean, I showed downloading all kinds of stuff. I use it to download almost everything. News groups are the same way. News groups are another way of you being able to get content and put between you and how that's being tracked. News groups are another really good option. So if you're looking to want to do some little bit of learning, I have a couple videos on news groups, not a lot. Penn had some videos on that. There's some other folks. If you look up some news groups, you can find some information on using those services to protect you and getting the content you want. Mark uses a VPN at a router level, and that's again, that's you can do that. Another Pi hole using or using a Raspberry Pi at your home to run a VPN type service, and ad blocker is a lot of people do that. So again, I'll give you bits of information, not always follow through and explain every little bit of it. But if you want to look in, as Mark's here is about using a VPN at a router level, it's just another extra step of learning and having to do a little research. But you can do it, and it's not super hard to do it. And again, if you have a cheap Raspberry Pi, which is basically a mini computer, you can run a VPN at the modem. And every single device on your Wi-Fi or your Ethernet is covered. They're all covered. So you could do it. So that's something to check into.
Some VPNs you can even set up, is it an API that goes into your router? What's the word that?
Well, I know that there is some that you can do. It depend on your modem. Sometimes are on your router. Sometimes on your router you can go in and set
and
DNS or you can put a VPN or run a VPN service on that. Depends on your router. Some routers are you can do that, some you can't. But everybody could run it off of a small mini PC, which a Raspberry Pi. You could do it that way and run it as a separate thing. And you could even do it off of a cheap router. Premiumized Black Friday, yes. Then I mentioned that earlier, $99 for 2 years. You can't beat that. And Premiumized has a lot of other features that are nice on Premiumized. So I like that. Here's a tan guy. Safely get your reference material through Debrid. Thank you. That's perfect. Perfect way.
It is.
619 says some routers you can log right into your servers. Yeah. Again, it all depends on the router you have, and the cheap ones you're probably not. The higher end ones you have more options, just like most of them. Let's see. So our next topic, and I was looking. Nobody's throwing out no major topics so far.
No.
So if you guys got topics that we need to talk about, I have a few more things on my list, and then we can jump around there. But yeah, the other thing. So let me get rid of this. All right, and I didn't do a screenshot for this. The Matrix trailer has come out in Auburn. Did you see them? What are you guys thinking? Is everybody looking forward to seeing the new Matrix movie? I mean,
yeah, I am. I'm always interested in Matrix movies. I love Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne. And it's such. The action in that movie is just it's top notch. You just can't beat it.
Yeah, on the trailer though, I was a little bit like, huh? Because didn't he die in the end? Didn't I mean, like,
Neo die?
Neo died. I thought he died.
Didn't he fly off in that one?
Didn't he go into the? I don't know. See, I gotta go back and watch the third one.
Of course.
I thought he died.
Now we're starting to sound like Blue. Oh, well, I'm gonna go back. And watch
where's Blue? Where's Blue when we need her? Because she'll be able to tell us exactly what the hell happened on it. But I thought he died at the end. But the thing, it seemed to me, it's like I thought it was going down a certain road, and now it's like almost like kind of backtracked. It's like an alternate reality. I don't know.
They'll do that.
I was kind of confused. So, a VPN on a NAS. I don't know how on a VPN. I don't see how that would protect your whole network.
No, unless you're at the router level. You have to be.
Unless everything runs from the NAS forward.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
it has to be from the router level.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And then you're covered.
I mean, I could see the VPN. I would see a VPN on your NAS would only protect the
Just the
NAS.
NAS. You need it on the router level.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
only
so
way.
that's my thoughts.
Yeah, mine also. Yeah, you have to, you know.
So hold on a second. All right, I was hearing myself. Let's see. So I'll look into doing a video on Raspberry Pi VPN because I'm getting. I might do that maybe when I get back up to Canada. I might do that. Because I'll have some extra time.
You'll have a lot of. How much time you have left now, anyhow, for work, anyhow?
16
What's the
days.
count? So wow, 16.
16
All right.
days, and then I'm done with work for a little bit. Well, at least 2 years because Blue has to. She
Yeah.
legally signed a paper for 2 years or 3. I think it was 2 years. She has to legally support me, or she's responsible for me. So
Yeah.
means I ain't got to work.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's that movie is out. I don't know. I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I'll definitely go watch it, but I don't know. When I was watching the trailer, I was excited, but I
Yeah.
was kind of confused. Like, where are you going with this? I thought this was
Right.
all over.
But they always do that.
Yeah. So
Because look at the second movie. You remember? It was just like, what the hell?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was gonna throw out this. So some of the new movies. Have you watched Don't Breathe 2?
No, I didn't watch it. I have it though. I didn't watch it
Yeah,
yet.
I haven't watched it.
It looks kind of crazy. I remember watching the trailer on it. It looked pretty crazy.
So, all right, Protege. Have you watched Protege?
Did I watch it yet? No, I didn't watch it yet.
Neither did I.
I've been too busy screaming at YouTube to watch anything really.
Too
So,
busy.
but I've seen there's a lot of stuff that's been coming out.
The Suicide Squad, of course, we watched that.
Yeah.
Cinderella, I have not watched
I didn't
the
watch
newest
it. No.
one.
No, I didn't watch it. I haven't. I didn't watch it.
So this is the
now
most
that Shanghai that Shanghai is it 10 Rings isn't going to come out till I think October.
right. But this all right. So this tells you who are these people that are watching?
But unless they're going to the theater, that one's in the theater.
No. This says most torrented movies.
Oh, wow.
For last week. So you mean to tell me that many people were watching this cam, which wasn't even a very good cam? I saw like a picture of it. You're gonna watch The Legend of 10 Rings. I mean, I don't know. No, thank you. Snake Eyes, seen it. Fast and Furious 9, no, not good. But I mean, if you're a Fast and Furious lover, then you're fine. Green Knight, I was like, huh? Did you watch Green Knight?
Oh God, I still couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I finished it, but I couldn't understand it. Jungle Cruise, not bad. Black Widow was good. So
but where is Jerry Curls?
Shut up. We know that went on there. DJ says, not a bad movie, The Protege. Thank you. All right, well, I'll definitely have to check that. Tan says, say no to cams. I don't watch no cams. Let's see. Anything on that list is better than the pile of crap we watched for Pop this week. We have Player Pass on Wednesdays, which is a movie review show, and the people that watch the show vote what we have to watch the following week. And we had to watch Jerry Curls this week.
Yeah. It's not what I voted for. I watched it. You know, hey, now everyone knows what I go through watching every movie.
Yeah, so I was looking to see he died. How do they explain him alive again in the Matrix or his girlfriend? Yeah, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Yep.
That movie Coda brought tears to my eyes. Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
So I got that. Gloria. All right. So Gloria, why would I put this on blast? Now there's been a couple people that have said, well, you should never talk about them. Okay. So this is a French company that's been around for 10 or 15 years. I'd have to look that up. I was there 10 or 15 years. And they've been around, and I don't know what their niche is and how they do it, but obviously they've been able to stay out of whatever rules that regulations. So me mentioning them it's not a company that's the
Mhm.
MPA is going to say, "Oh, we never
Oh,
even knew
no.
about those
Yeah,
people.
right.
I didn't even know about that service."
Uh,
Those services are
Mhm.
out there. I don't think that people want to realize that lawyers and people for these things
Mhm.
that people think that all they watch is a couple YouTubers to figure out what's
Mhm.
up. They
Mhm.
have people doing in all kinds of places knowing early on about different items.
Mhm.
And what they look at is what is the major things where they make a bigger impact. So if I don't think that me mentioning them is going to take it, especially when my show gets maybe 1,000
Mhm.
views per
Mhm.
show. Um, and again, that service has been around for, I can't remember if it was 10 or 15 years. I remember they celebrated a birthday
Yeah.
this past year. It was an anniversary of some sort. But yeah, I can't see me stopping the um, creating a problem.
Mhm.
So
I'm with you, Jim, for the Barclays Barclays chance.
Beckley's
That's what,
chance.
yeah, that's was yeah Barclays chance actually.
Yeah.
I voted for that also.
All right, I was trying to look. I was seeing, trying to see. I can't.
Mhm.
Let's see. I need share. I need. Looking at what TJ. I don't know what TJ
Uh-huh.
and Sharon, Shrink and Sharon are going.
Um,
I didn't see what that was.
um,
One of the next topics that I was going to bring up
uh-huh.
is we've seen the YouTube videos. I'm sure that everybody has seen the YouTube videos on the new Fire Stick 4K Max stick, and we're probably going to see lots of reviews and such. Uh, I don't know. Did you see this, Alvin? Did you check it out?
Which one was this again? Now
The new the new
the
Fire
Fire
Stick
Stick, yeah,
Max.
yeah, the Max, yeah, with the Wi-Fi 6 and all.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they say it's pretty neat. That they changed the remote there
Yeah.
around, right?
Yeah, they added those extra buttons, as you can see down there. They
Yeah,
added those.
yeah.
One of the so on the specs, and you're like, well, why would I buy this?
Mhm.
The difference is they took the quad processor, which is the same quad processor, and
Mhm.
it went from a 1.7 gigahertz
Mhm.
to a 1.8 gigahertz. So you get
Wow.
1/10 more
Mhm.
gigahertz,
Yeah,
a
right.
tenth, a 0.10 more
Yeah,
gigahertz, and you got a
memory.
half a gig of RAM
Uh-huh.
is what they added.
Yeah.
So, I $55. So I don't know if I don't think it's a game changer situation. Maybe if you're looking
Oh,
for
that's
Wi-Fi 6, if
uh-huh.
that's what you're looking for, it gives you that. Um, but I don't know. I wouldn't pay $55 for it. I mean, it'd have to come down on sale. It'd be a sale price, but I don't pay $35 for a 4K stick. And they've dropped the price of that because wasn't that $45?
Of the what the
The
4K stick?
regular
Yeah.
4K stick
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
45?
Yeah, it was at 45, and
Yeah.
right now they're just having that sale for 35.
Okay.
Amazon and the other store there,
Best Buy.
Best Buy. Thank you. They both. It's a new sale that they're just
Yeah,
having.
you're right. Because here, yeah, it was $49.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on sale for $35. So, but yeah, the Max stick, I'm not sure. I'm not going to run out and get it.
No.
I don't see any need on it, but I guess some people may want to jump out. You're not going to get it
But
until October 7th.
unless someone wants that different remote, because that
Yeah,
remote isn't on the regular 4K, right?
yeah, no, not
So
that.
yeah, so someone would want to have that remote to be able to do that, unless you get a button mapper.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only other way.
Yeah, and look at Eddie. Eddie says $55 US. That means 125 Canadian.
Mhm.
That's pretty close. Yeah, that's a new thing. We'll watch it, see if it goes on sale. I think it'd be worth it. Amazon branded TVs. I was looking at that. Now, one of the big things with this new Amazon TV is it has Alexa that's built into the TV. Now, we've had Fire
Mhm.
TVs that were, there it is. we've had Fire TVs that were built into different TV sets. So you had the Fire TV was in it. What this is Amazon launching this as their own brand. So it's going to be an Amazon Basics brand or something. They're going to, you know, whatever it is, but it's going to have Alexa in it. So you'll be able to voice command and do stuff with Alexa. One of the things I thought was very neat was that it had the new TVs will have a feature adaptive volume, which will enable Alexa to respond louder if it detects loud background noises.
Oh, okay.
So that's a neat little thing. Now, I wouldn't buy the TV, but I do think that that's a nice little feature. But for someone this is not going to be your top TVs. No. To be honest, it's going to be the TVs are going to be all right, but you're going to have a built-in Fire TV. And I thought I saw, maybe this wasn't the link. I must not have saved, because I was looking at it and they were the first one I looked at gave some pricing. So you're looking at starting at like $400 with some of the TVs, what they were thought that they would do. So I don't know. I mean, what does everybody else think? Would you guys want a 4K stick, the Max, or a Amazon TV? Would that be something that the people in the chat would even be worth buying?
Not for me.
Mandy says, no, thank you. My Alexa drives me crazy. Drives me mad. Yeah. So it replaced the dot. I guess it kind of does. Jim says, I bought the new remote for like $25. So he uses it with the thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
DJ says, I would get one if they bumped it up to 2 gigahertz with 4 gigs of RAM. Yeah. The price is going to get up on that. My thing is, and we talked about it on Sharon's show today, was about the storage. Because 8 gigs of storage is where most of us cord cutters have an issue. But the thing, and I mentioned it on her show, is that most of your cord cutters, the people that buy the Fire Sticks, I'm going to say us power users, not counting the power users. I'm counting the normal everyday user that buys that, is going to use the Fire Stick for Hulu, for Netflix, for Disney, for ESPN Plus. Very few people are going the route we go and need that extra amount of space.
Right.
Because we install Kodi, or we install 2 versions of Kodi, and we got Plex, and we got all these other things we're trying to stick on there.
Yeah, and so those people come over to your house and they're like, well, how come mine don't do that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
you gotta spend some money, you know.
But I don't think Amazon's going to up that storage. Because they don't see no reason.
Because look at what are they getting on the Cube there?
Yeah.
You know, what is that, 16?
Yeah, 16 gigs. Yep, 16 gigs.
What's 16 gigs? You know what I mean? At least it's got a USB port. You know what I mean?
It's 16 gigs with 2 gigs of memory. And that actually has, now that has a 2.2 gigahertz processor. And it's actually a better processor. So, if I was a person that's on that fence, the Cube is the new Cube, not the old Cube. The new Cube is definitely, if you're going to not buy a Shield, that's my next. I would do a 4K stick at $35, Cube, or Shield. I mean, for me, those are my 3 tiers. I know that there is some mixed in between, and that's people's choice on that. But I mean, if I'm gonna make a jump, it would be, and I'm like, ask people.
You wouldn't just use any other Android box instead of the?
I've used some other Android boxes, and they're okay. And
I'm saying right under a Shield or over an Amazon device.
No, I mean, if I'm gonna spend $100, what's $199?
True.
I mean, to me, if I'm going to spend, I might as well spend. And then you buy it once. That you buy quality, you don't have to keep buying.
Right. I know. I understand that.
I mean, most people, you get into trouble because you buy cheap, and then you're like, oh shit, I got to replace it in a year. So I don't know. So we got IPTV's coming out. I'm not super stoked.
Mhm.
All right, I was going to mention, go ahead and talk about retro gaming. So, what are some of your favorite games
Mhm.
that you remember that we talked about that in Sharon's show today about
Oh, did you?
some
Wow. I got so many.
hey, you greedy. You greedy. You got too many shows. You got too many
Too many
games.
games, but I don't play any games now. But I know of, old school games. I used to play. I used to play everything because I was an arcade nut. You
Mhm.
know. Wow. I gotta say, one of my favorites was Tempest. I was a big Tempest nut. I was a Galaga nut. Yep.
Yeah, Galaga.
Yeah.
Well, Galaga was I liked Galaga, and you remember there was a game
Galaxian.
called Firebird, which looks just like
Oh,
Galaga.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
they were
Uh-huh.
like birds.
Yep.
I used to play that a lot, but
That
you
and
know, a
Phoenix.
lot.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix, another one. Yeah, but the thing about a lot of that type of stuff, if you did, it depended on what was local to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there was a centipede machine at just up the street,
Mm-hmm.
you were going to play centipede because
Yeah.
that's the machine that was there.
Right.
What was that one, Battle Zone, that
Oh
you
yeah.
put your head and
Yep.
you had you turned like
Mm-hmm.
that. It was like polygons.
Yeah.
Yar's Revenge,
Yards
another.
Revenge.
Wasn't that Atari? That was an Atari game.
That was Atari. Yeah.
Real fun game.
Yeah.
The beach tons of quarters away in asteroids. Oh my god, asteroids!
That's like-
Oh my gosh, I
Mhm.
used to play that. Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Cubert, Super Mario, Galaga, Centipede. The list goes on. Yeah,
Mhm.
Troopers goes that. Space Invaders was his favorite. Missile Command was another one of my
Missile
favorites.
Command. Yep.
Actually, that on my Raspberry Pi with the my roll ball with
Mhm.
my thing. Oh, that I had to get that running just right
Uh-huh.
because I want to
Yeah.
do. And
Yep.
there was actually a second version of Missile Command. It was called oh shoot,
Oh!
it
The
was
one with the
deluxe.
colors. Yeah. There
Yeah,
was
it was
deluxe
colored,
one with the
and
colors.
it was actually cities, and it
Yeah.
was like
Yep.
rockets went off.
Yeah.
And it was more graphic.
I got the ROM on it.
Yeah. It was like super, it was like super Missile
Something.
Command or something like that. And then it had
Missile.
Super
What was it?
Centipede.
Missile Command Plus or something like that. Or,
Hey, maybe
Mi-
because it
yeah.
had Super Centipede was on the
Yeah. Super
the ROM.
Centipede
The
was
ROM has both games,
there. Yeah.
and it looks real good. So I
Mhm.
really enjoyed that. Look at
Yeah.
Frogger. Look at a couple
Oh yeah.
people with the
Frogger.
Frogger.
Yeah, baby.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Miss Pac-Man was
Miss Pac-
another one of my favorites. I like
Hey.
Pac-Man, because Pac-Man was like one of the games that when it came out on the Atari 800 computer. I still got the cartridge, and that game was it. That was the game. I remember, back then in what was it, early 80s. Remember that they for Atari they always used to have all the whole cast from MASH used to do
Yeah.
all of the commercials, and I was just like, oh, this is the best thing, because all my other friends had 2600s. I didn't. I had an Atari 800 computer because that was my first computer, and
yeah, that's money, man.
it got it from the bank as a gift. Yeah. You opened an account in the bank and you were able to get one.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a kid, so all my lawn cutting money went there to the bank so I could get my Atari 800. Never forget.
I don't remember buy a disc at Aztec. How many remember when you had to go to Aztec?
Yeah.
Man, that must not have been in my town. I'll tell you who's good at Pac-Man. When Charles and I went to the arcade,
Uh-huh.
oh, that man, he a Pac-Man nut.
Yeah,
I mean, he is good.
You get
I was
used
like,
to it,
I'm like, dang, I'm all done, and I'm over there, playing something else, and he's still playing.
Getting that high score, baby.
Yeah, he was good.
That was the thing about games back then. To go someplace and get your high score up in there. You know what I mean? And just just watching people trying to beat your high score.
Hey, how many people unplugged the machine
Oh yeah.
to reset the score so you can put your and you'd be the top score?
Yeah.
How many people did that?
Yeah.
I used to do that at the skating rink.
Uh-huh.
I used to work at a skating rink, and I'd unplug the machine
uh,
and I'd plug it back in. Oh, we don't know what happened.
uh,
Look at I'm high score again.
I'm high score again.
Moon Patrol was a fun game.
Oh yeah.
Simple game, but
Yeah.
hard.
A lot of them were simple, but
Yes.
it was great, and that's why I'm so old school. It's just like I just love just the joystick and a button, because back in my Atari days, that's all you had: up, down, left, right, and a button. That's all you need for a game, not all this fragging left and right bullshit. I just
strifing,
right?
strife.
Yeah, none of that for me. I just want to just point, shoot, and kill. That's the way a game should have been.
What I was going to mention, we talked about the games, and I was going to go ahead and toss out a few options for you guys. If you have an Android box, you can usually load up. You can play emulators. There's lots of emulators out there. You can also download ROM packs that have whatever console pack, or I would do it as a pack. I wouldn't necessarily get one game. Just get like the Super Nintendo pack, and then it has whatever games you want to put those on an Android. You can play Retro X. You can do Doug. I think it's Dig. Dig is a front loader for playing emulators on an Android device. You can do it through a Fire Stick. If you have a Fire Stick, you can do those through the smaller games like the Nintendo 64s, Genesis. You can't go much higher than that. I don't think running very well. The other thing is Raspberry Pis. We've talked about that numerous times. I did shows where I had Virtual Man on the show, where he created images that self-contained images. You download the image, stick it on an SD card, stick it in your Raspberry Pi, done. I mean, it's got the front loader, the back load, all the ROMs. You plug a controller in, and you're done. You're going. You're playing. So you can go those routes. You brought up. You'd sent me a link to what was that box called? That box I said was too expensive.
Geez.
Start with an M.
We have the link up at top there.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't see it now. Hold on, I gotta go. I'll pull it up again for you. You could jump on something else if you want.
Yeah. But there was a box that that he showed, and it would get you. It was a bit expensive. Midget? No. Wasn't Midget.
What the heck was the name of it again?
I can't remember. It was but some of you got to be careful of you guys. A lot of these there is some boxes that you can get that are just like that PlayStation box. That's another one. There was that PlayStation Classic, or I think it was called the PlayStation Classic. You can actually install more ROMs on that. There's plenty of videos out there, USB stick, boom, ROMs, and you're good to go. That is another option for people with this. There's lots of gaming, and you relive your childhood, though, to me, when you start playing some old games.
Me too.
You go back and start playing. If I go back and play the first Tekken, I remember I was an adult, but playing the first Tekken on PlayStation, and how much fun we had as a family. It was good times. Monkey talking about Leisure Suit
Larry. Oh, that was the game. That was the game.
TJ's right. You play most of them from your phone. The only thing about when they play on the phone, I don't like the way that the buttons are laid out. I don't like, because they're on the screen. I don't really like that. Used to flip the scoreboard on the Pac-Man 1 quarter, be there for hours. Yeah, making no money.
Yeah, right.
King's Quest, there's another PC game. Those are all PC games.
Yep. All on the Windows 3.1 or 3.0.
So yeah, it's a good time. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff, and you can go very inexpensive to do a little retro setup. Raspberry Pi is easy. Again, using if you got an Android box of any decent size, you can do it. Another thing that a lot of companies are moving to is cloud-based gaming, where a lot of companies, we talked about that last week, about even big PC games all being cloud-based. The Luna for your Amazon,
Yeah.
that little Luna thing, and being able to play your games.
I put
Lots of
that.
options. Yep.
I put it over there for you. It was the Mister.
The Mister. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Mister.
You want to pull up that page for everyone, or?
Yeah, I'll open it. I wasn't a fan of the thing. Let me see.
You never know. Some people.
All right, so let me share this, you guys. And again, Alban found this link and sent it to me, and I read up on it. And it looks like a Raspberry Pi to me with some extra things. You can see that it has some buttons on the top, some lights, but it also doesn't run your typical software that Raspberry Pi runs. It has a certain software that it runs, and it's supposed to run retro gaming even better than your standard emulators. But the problem that I found when I was reading through it, it seems like the cost was kind of high. I mean, you're going to be over $100 easily into this, and it only ran certain. Here's the motherboard that you run on it, and everything is separate. You know, the motherboard, you buy each thing. And here's one where someone has the thing. You've got your couple motherboards. This one's got your USB ports down here. You've got your what's that? That's a mini. That says your mini USB here.
Yeah, hold on.
CP cooler.
Yeah.
Some come with cases. But each of these things, each of the boards were like separate. And so it's
when you scroll down, you'll see the other one there.
This is the FPGA interface of some sort, and you can see it looks like a Game Boy when I'm looking at the.
Yeah.
But they say that the games run better, but I don't know. I always look at cost versus function.
Yeah.
And it just seems like
Robotron,
the price.
that was another great game.
You had to have 2 joysticks with that, though.
Yeah.
This was a thing where it was showing the difference between RetroArch, which is emulator, and running it on that FPGA software. And I looked at it. I mean, there's a little bit of difference, but not a lot. Again, and this was the systems that it supports right now, which is your lower end devices. So what would be the highest one on here? The Sega CD? That'd be your highest, because all these other ones are pretty small systems. So that's about as high as it goes right now.
A Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Odyssey. Some old
Neo Geo. Maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe Neo Geo on that. So I was looking.
TurboGrafx there too?
Yeah, TurboGrafx was on there, but I don't see the price. But I had added up, and I was looking. I'm like, damn, you're gonna be spending $100+ And I'm like, damn, what could I get for if I wanted to play gaming? I could buy a top end Raspberry Pi with a SD card and be good to go, and I can play all the way up to Wii games, or not Wii games. Not Wii. What's the other one? What's the other Nintendo? The Nintendo Cube.
The Cube.
I think it was a Cube. You can play up to that. That's its limit on the Raspberry Pi 4. So I don't know. The Mister. So new software, new OS. So guys, if you hear about it, that's for gaming. I don't know. Not sure if I want to jump into that route.
How about that other one there for online? Talk about that.
Yeah. Let me grab that link. Hold on a sec.
You have it there?
Yeah, I just got to go to your pop chat.
No, I'll put it here. It's on the side here for you now.
All right.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, one other way is Alban found this where you want to play online. So let's see. And I will put this website in the show notes. It's not hard to figure out. My emulator.
Yeah.
But this is a cloud base. You're just playing it off of their cloud. All right. So you're able to play some different games, lower end games, your Nintendo, your DS, NES, Super NES. You're able to play them, and you actually play off the cloud. You don't download it or nothing like that. You can play it, and it opens up a little window, and you play it. I found it to be a little laggy, but Alban said you played it and you didn't have.
I played it with a controller.
Okay, maybe I was using a keyboard, but it kept like I was trying to play regular the first Super Mario, and it was giving me issues. So NES, Super NES, Game Boy, Nintendo DS, and or Nintendo 64 are the devices that the consoles that they offer. So my emulator .online.
Yeah.
So check that out if you want to play online. Oh, it does. Wait, Genesis and Neo Geo.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nintendo 64.
Okay.
You know, you got.
I always liked Neo Geo. Neo Geo is just fighting games for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good stuff there. Good stuff. So if you guys want to check that out. What is the easiest way to get a full emulation system set up on an NVIDIA Shield? Easiest way. The easiest way I would suggest, there's two. Dig, which is a free software, not hard to set up. Looks okay. The interface is all right looking. RetroX is the best looking and easiest to set up, in my opinion. Does cost you. I can't remember what he's charging a month now. It's $8 or $10 a month or something. It's a monthly fee for his front end, and then it downloads the back end, which is through RetroArch, but he modifies them to work. That's the easiest. Those are the easiest. Basically, you just get the ROMs, put them in a folder. The software scans the ROMs, so it creates a list. Dig is pretty much basically just your basic list, your items. RetroX gives you a cover, your cover art, and your thumb images, more of an eye candy. So it kind of a different way, but again, Dig is free. RetroX does cost. So RetroX to me is better, but it does have a cost to it. So, but it's easy. I mean, other than dropping the ROMs on your device, telling it where the ROMs are at. If you don't put it in the right format, you have to say Nintendo is here, Genesis is here. If you put them in the right folders, RetroX had a folder file system. And if you drop them in those folders, it automatically scans and does it pretty quickly. I have an external hard drive is what I put it on.
Yeah.
So, with RetroX, though, you basically have the controller, and it's to map the buttons. You have the buttons on the screen, and you just, that's the button I want here, and that's the button. You just confirm it and say enter, and you're done.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do PPSSPP, so you can do PSP on a Raspberry Pi. You're going to need a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4 to do it well. You can do it on a lower Raspberry Pi, but not very well. So you need a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4. 4 will do a really good job on PSP games. So yeah, see, that's what I would do. I have it on the thing. I can't remember if I did a video on that. I did a video a long time ago with my Shield. I think it was when I had my 500 gig NVIDIA Shield, but it's the same setup, and with using RetroX. So easy to do, and
Launchbox. Yeah, that's
Launchbox
another one.
back.
I use that on my Shield, and I like it.
Now Launchbox was a PC based launcher. They were PC only for a long time. Then they jumped into the arena of Android. Then they jumped out. Then they came back. But I think, and if you follow Franco, who created RetroX, wrote a blog, and was talking about the pain and the headaches that Android OSs are creating for people doing emulators because of permissions.
Right.
And he says that's why he had to start charging for a month. He says you don't know the pain it is to have to try to keep staying up with this Android systems. And he said, I don't know if Launchbox is going to stay long term on that in that platform, but they're back. It's very eye candy-ish, the layouts, but you create the layout on your PC, don't you?
Yeah.
And then transfer it over to the Shield.
Transfer it over. Yeah.
So Launchbox, very pretty. It reminds me of the Raspberry Pi, the RetroPie. That interface, it reminds me of that. So it is an option. Again, Launchbox, I think, is probably some of your more work. When Steve's talking about being easy, I think Dig or RetroX are your two easiest. And if you're not going to go big on a lot of ROMs, if you just did like an emulator, if you're going to say, I'm only going to do Nintendo 64, you can get some emulators for that, just an emulator, and drop them in a folder. But keep in mind, a lot of those emulators are charging you $3 or $4 to get the full version of that emulator. So, all right. Well, my nerd, I'm going to back off of my nerding, my gaming. So my last big topic that we were going to bring up that Albin found this information this week is the FCC wants to know if you're paying too much for your internet access. And where this article and Biden administration had come up or came to light about certain apartment buildings or housing that offers their residents, their renters, internet for they're offering them internet with their rent. And what the Biden administration was saying is that some people are not given choices. So say you move into an apartment complex and they offer you Comcast. And they're like, well, we give you Comcast for free. And you're like, well, I don't like Comcast. They're like, well, we offer it for free. Oh, what the hell? It crashed.
What crashed?
Oh, my FCC thing crashed. Yeah, FCC heard me.
Yeah.
It's probably because I have my pop-up blocker. You see the pop-ups all of a sudden popped up now.
Popped up, yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. My pop-up blocker was bugging and they like crashed my thing. So what they did is they were saying that so the apartment complex says, no, we got Comcast. That's what you're going to have to use. The Biden administration was saying, no, that's lack of competition. You can't tell people that's the only internet that they can have. So if you're in an apartment or if you're renting someplace and you have one option for your internet and that is what your landlord is telling you have, you may want to take a look to see what some of your options are because the FCC is saying that you can't do that. You can't force all of your renters into one contract because what they're saying, and if you think about it, if I'm a landlord and I get a deal with Comcast and I have 100 apartments and Comcast says, hey, we'll pay you $500 a month to be an exclusive in your apartments. That's where this is coming from. They're basically saying, hey, you can't get kickbacks and force people to only have one internet. So if you're in a place and you have only one internet option, you may want to take a look into that. It was a brand new thing that they're looking into. So, and I swear, look at the pop-ups. Look at all the ads that are I see ad after ad after ad now. Get rid of it. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh, shh.
No, it's Charles.
Yeah.
Well, it better be Charles.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, that's a friend for you.
That's a friend, you know.
That's a friend for you. Hey, I got $20 in my wallet over there.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second, folks. Hey, I didn't know I hear you guys.
Flex.
Hey, I didn't know I could do like an Uber drinks.
Over East.
This is Uber drinks. So for the 50 people that are still in here, if you were here at the beginning of the show when Charles called me, you know what this all meant. So yeah, I did an Uber drinks.
All right.
Look at 619 says beer o'clock. Eddie says beer has arrived.
Where Blue at? Where Blue?
Yeah, Blue didn't show up. Look
Damn,
at Stuart
where
says hi.
Hey, Stuart. Where
What's
man?
up, brother?
Yeah, up.
Look, I see
What's
man
up?
that
Yeah.
just want what? What
Hey,
did
hold on
I
a
say?
second. Just to wait till I get up here. We got beers to deliver.
Yeah.
All right, just wait. Wait till you get up here. That does taste good. You know, that's got a better, fresher taste than the beer we had last night. This is new.
You the only damn beer connoisseur. I don't know what the fuck. I have it tastes like beer.
It don't taste like Budweiser though.
Let him
So,
drink
all
the
right.
other ones in the
You got
the
to
fridge.
lay
Then
this thing down on where?
I'm getting ready to post it. We're getting ready to go to the after show.
All right, I'll get on. I'm going downstairs to eat my salad.
All right.
all right.
He wants to know. Stuart says, "Do you deliver food, Charles?" No. No donuts.
Where does Stuart live?
Stuart, no, he lives up north. Oh, that's good beer. Man, I'm already burping.
Well, damn.
Yeah, he lives up north. So yeah, we got that. Any other big topics? I don't know what else.
I put something else on the side there for you, Todd. If you want to
All
open
right.
that link and just
Hey,
check it out.
go to the stream. Go to my stream matters. I'll post the link in a minute.
Okay.
I put that other thing on the side.
That was on the 75% of sports nearly 75% of sports fans plan on cutting out cable in the next 5 months. Yeah, that was one last topic that we were gonna mention. And this goes back to when we were talking about cord cutters and the money that people save. Most cord cutters are getting more and more informed, and people are starting to find out that that you don't have to have a cable subscription, because most people that I know that still have cable subscriptions is because of sports. But I think COVID and a lot of things that's happened lately, or in the last 2 years, I guess, have shown people that there's other options. A recent survey of over 1,000 sports fans reports the percentage of viewers watching sports on cable has fallen significantly from pre-pandemic era levels. Before COVID-19, 71% of the sports fans watched on cable, down to 66% during the pandemic, and now as low as 49% still have a cable subscription. So from 71 to 49%. So that's 20. They've lost 25%.
25%.
Well, 22%.
Yeah.
Someone's going to say I didn't know math. 22%. So they've lost a lot of people. What's more, 74% of sports fans say they plan to cut the cable within the next 5 months, while 31% are planning to do by the end of the year.
Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit more, they'll show you that.
Yep. Yeah. So some people are procrastinating, so I think that number's kind of high.
Right
Percentage of sports fans watching, and you can see here's a graph that's showing you pre-pandemic that we're watching it with cable. They broke it down into the fans that were most likely. MLB fans are 76% are most likely to cut the cord in the next 5 months. Wow. So Major League Baseball fans are the most likely to cut the cord.
Yeah.
NBA fans and then NFL fans.
There's another graph down there too.
Yeah. The thing about with the NFL, you can't get NFL packages without having a cable or satellite connection or package.
Yeah.
In which I think that these companies they're being short-sighted. Another graph here. Oh, what's that?
Yeah. That's why I like the IPTV for the live sports also. Because you want to watch a game from you know, and that's in another state, you can
Yep.
just watch it from that state. You know,
Yep. Yep.
can't beat that.
Out of another market.
Yep.
Reasons that respondents prefer streaming services for sports. Most people say price, wide array of sports channels, ability of sports add-ons to subscriptions, more variety of channels, showing that there's certain league, significant DVR storage space. So again, lots of options, and I've talked about this over and over and over. These cable satellite companies need to pay attention because the numbers are showing. If they don't change their model and what they offer, how they offer, they're doomed to fail. You've
Mhm.
got to give people more choices.
Yes.
You can't. I think of most cable companies, it's like, all right, so this is your big package. Now, if you want HBO, yeah, that's extra. Or you want some weird sports thing, sure, that's extra. But they don't give you the option of a la carte and stuff
No.
to get your bill down.
Mm-hmm.
You're forced into that $150, $130 a month package, and you're like, I don't care about all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that, I mean, this is just another thing saying people found that sports was your big hook for cable and satellite. Well, more and more people, over half the people that are sports fans, are saying, you know what? I don't have to have cable to watch what I want to watch. Half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they better get see the writing on the wall and figure out how to a la carte cater, let people critique what they get and what they're paying for, because people don't mind paying,
Mm-hmm.
but they just don't want to pay for everything that they're not even going to use.
Right.
I mean, people pay for all kinds of subscriptions, but you've got to give them the choice to be able to sign up for it. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
when
You're being forced to.
yeah,
You
when
know.
Time Warner says, "Oh no, you're going to pay $150 for all that." No, I don't. No, I'm not paying $150. I don't watch enough to be $150.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Yeah, Alban Fondness, I think you're right about this. This is another, just another clue to show you, sports fans, which was the hook
Yep.
for cable and satellite, is not the hook anymore.
Nope.
Pandemic
That's what I'm
showed
gonna
people.
see. Right. I want to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
You know, what are the cables companies going to do? What are they going to try raising the prices of the internet?
Yeah,
You know?
that's coming.
Yeah, but
That's coming.
but it's bad enough here in the States. I think that we have like some of the poorest internet services that we could possibly get, especially with, you know, all these kids trying to do their, you know, do schooling online and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
The internet should be faster than what we're getting. You know, I know that, you know, other countries, the internet's a hell of a lot better than ours.
Mm-hmm. I think that also with the pandemic, I think more people had time to look at their bill
Mm-hmm.
and do research,
Yep.
and they were
Yeah,
able to find out how they could save money.
yeah, because look how much people were paying. You know, that people paying a lot of coin for it, and you know, and they all saw it. You know, they're saying the bill that they're paying the most was for their, you know, their TV.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a big thing. I think that I think the people that are the cord cutters, the people that are staying informed, you're in front of this. You guys are on the edge where I think other people are trying to catch up, and so we're
Mhm.
saving money and they're still spending money.
Yep.
So 75% of sports fans plan to cut the cord. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, because think how many people can even go to games anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that two things I think is going to happen. One, internet's going to go up. That's going to happen. Second thing is I think that they're going to find a way to it's going to be like your cell phone. It's going to be data based pricing,
Mm-hmm.
tiered.
Yeah.
if you're using this amount, your price
Mhm.
is this. If you use this amount, and there, I think Cox Cable, I think, did that for a while, or Comcast, and they may still do it. That
Mhm.
went with a tiered base, depending on how much you use, and you paid more internet if you used it more. So,
I got a question for you then. All right, if you're gonna go by that standard and by everything we talked about tonight with VPNs and everything, so now okay, so you got that VPN. If they're not supposed to know where you are, how are they gonna tier that?
they know the amount of data that you're using. They just don't know
Right,
the websites you go to when you're using a VPN.
right. Oh, okay, all right, okay.
But they
I'll accept
know
that.
they know you. They know your usage at your device.
That my device is that my router is doing.
Yeah, but they
Okay,
don't know.
yeah,
They
they
don't know
don't know.
where
All
you
right.
went.
Okay, okay, all right.
Because you think about
Fair
this.
enough.
Because when you connect to a VPN, you're connecting to a server, right?
Right, right.
So my VPN or my ISP knows that I connected to
My
that site,
server,
that server.
right, and you're there.
They don't know where I went after that. And
Okay.
that IP is kind of masked. So if somebody tried to come back and say, hey, he went to, shortpeople.com,
Right.
and we want to know why that IP is hidden. So,
Right. Right.
all right.
So even with a hardware firewall, you still wouldn't get away.
No, you wouldn't be able to get away from them them being able to know how much data you
How much data you're using?
they're going to know that. But they
Okay.
won't know where you went. They're just going to know what data you use. So let's go ahead. We're going to roll out of here because we're got almost a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about my dinner.
Okay.
Let's see. It says use 700 to 1,000 gigs a month.
I'm trying to think how much. I use quite a bit too.
Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you how much I used last month. Because actually, I looked at this and I can't remember what it was. Let's see. Let me look at my. This is one of the things Charles doesn't like using your app for all this. So why are you gonna use that?
Why not?
Good. He says this should be over here. Monthly report. Let's go to last month. Let's see. So last month, I know I had it. I saw it on there. Oh, dang it. Well, I don't see it on here. I'm not going to waste my time looking while I'm on the show.
Yeah, I'll try to look up mine.
Yeah, I had it on here. I know I saw it, and I got to figure out where it's on the software. There is a thing on here where it tells me how much I used.
I don't know if I can log into my router. I can check. But I'll.
All right. Well, I can't find it. I'm gonna have to find. I'll find it, and by next week, I'm gonna let you guys know how much I use. But I live alone, so you can't. I can't be blaming other people. I live alone. It's just me, but I can't remember how much what I used. But it was quite a bit for just a little old me. So, all right, Alban. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, thanks for everybody being here. I'm sorry I couldn't type back to you guys because of my YouTube issue, but hopefully by next week I'll have it all straightened out. Hopefully, otherwise I'll be a new person. If you know what I mean.
You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to do something on that.
Man, that really sucks. But
I think.
Thanks so much for coming out, and we'll see you guys next week. But there's no UFC. I don't even think tomorrow.
There's Triller.
Triller is
Triller.
Tomorrow. Yeah, Triller is tomorrow. Yeah, there's Triller tomorrow, but no UFC. That's why.
So we got Triller.
That's going to be with
Holyfield,
and
Belfort.
Belfort, Vita Belfort.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if.
Hey, that circus is actually quite entertaining. If
Yeah.
you're not watching it for the boxing, you're watching it for the entertainment. And one other thing I forgot to mention, I will be uploading a new IPTV video whenever Cocoscope allows me. I will go ahead and upload that. It's another service that I posted or I did a video on. I just need to post it. So as soon as Cocoscope allows uploads, I will get that out there. Look, Octavia says this video will be taken down. No. So, all right. So we got that going. Thanks for everybody joining and watching us. Be sure to watch for Player Pass for next week. What is our movie? Was
one of
Jerry
the
Curls.
Jerry Curls. One of the
Jerry
best
Curls.
ones that the Beach liked. He really loved that movie. I think he watched it like 3 times.
Yeah.
He keeps talking about it.
Yeah, he loved it.
He really must have loved it. But the lines in that were pretty funny.
Yeah, you
but-
did say funny. You said funny. You said the movie was kind of funny.
It
like
was
3
funny.
times during the show.
Yeah.
So I'm blaming one person.
Oh, me? Why are you blaming me? I didn't vote for that
talked it up.
movie.
I didn't either.
I didn't vote. I watched all the movies except for one. But I at least watched them all. Not just the trailers. Like you.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you got more time than me, but maybe
Oh,
once
yeah.
I get
You'll
I'm
be there
semi-retired.
soon.
Semi-retired.
16 more days.
Once I'm semi-retired, I will.
I'll count with you, brother. Okay, I'll count with you.
You count them down. So we got that. Thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for us. Sorry if we bored you a little bit. Talked about a lot of topics, and like I said, we're cord cutters. Roll with it. There's a lot of bullshit that happens. If you can't roll with it, you probably should just continue to pay your thing. Motorman, that I will get your video up soon enough, and you guys can check out that video. And I will post it. The link will be posted for the video. Will be posted in my Streaming Matters room once it's uploaded to Cocoscope. Cocoscope was having issues earlier today, and I couldn't upload nothing. So thanks for everyone watching, and we'll see everybody on Wednesday. Go trailer. It's trailer. It's a